Welcome to Next Radio with Broadcast Bionics, innovative solutions for creative people.
Hey everyone, it's weird doing a conference like this. It's weird putting it together. And we've been speaking a lot in the kind of months before what kind of thing we wanted here. We wanted something based around ideas and around thinking. And you do all the planning and then suddenly you realise that you put yourself on the programme and it's like, oh God, what am I going to say? And I spoke to someone. They went, oh, just do like a presentation version of one of your like ranty blog posts. Yeah, that would be fine. I was like, okay, all right. So this is sort of a presented version of that. First, though, a pause and a kind of a consideration of where we are in radio. I think that today's been really interesting, as it's definitely been about looking onwards and looking to the future. And we work with lots of different radio groups, big ones and small ones at Folder. And we do a lot of radio industry stuff. And I'm kind of split between the fact we're working really closely together with things like Radio Player and RAB and Radio Academy. And at the same time, there's like a chunk of what we do which is really argumentative. And it might be UKRD lobbing grenades at DAB, or it might be another kind of global wrinkle, or whatever. I just find it's getting in the way of building a future for our industry. And I'm kind of preaching to the converted here, because sort of 140 people here, you've all chosen probably to spend your own money to come to an event about the future. So I kind of want to talk a bit about that. And that first thing is about not slagging off what we do. And it's really, really easy to drop into sweeping generalizations. And this has happened at the station, and I'm guilty of it sometimes, and our colleagues are guilty of it, where you say, you know, community radio is full of wannabe DJs. Or digital radio sounds crap, or Radio 2 is just like ILR. And every time we say something negative about the industry we're in, I think we give permission for other people to do that. And I was sort of thinking about some of the other industries, and okay, newspapers have got their own problems, a significant number of problems, but you don't actually often see them sniping at each other. Similarly with telly as well. But I sometimes think that radio's worst enemy is itself. I think we've got to be on our guard to fix that. Also, the thing we need to do is kill. I think we have to kill structure. I think a lot of what radio is based on is what happened in the 80s and 90s. You know, it's a left for sales, it's right for programming. You know, if I came in and accidentally burnt down your radio station, but I gave you a free pass to say that there would be no barriers to your future success, how would you rebuild it? How would you change it? How would you develop it? Because if you're going to kill something, you've really got to build something in the future. You know, we often talk about multi-platform, about our radio stations being multi-platform, when often they're radio stations that have a website and do a bit of tweeting on the side. You know, if we're really going to build a new future for the industry, we've got to work out what that is and how we deliver it. And I think it probably doesn't sit in your traditional budget lines. Someone moves off, someone goes to a different part, a different radio station, or they move off, and there's a gap of 19 grand for the person that was there. Actually trying to build in a new idea into that space isn't going to work. How do we restructure what we do to build a future? Because actually, when you think about radio, where it's come from constrained spectrum. It's quite dull. But not everyone can get on FM, not everyone can get on DAB. We do better because we don't allow new entrants in. At the same time, we've managed to build a platform where no one is more than 2 minutes away from a radio device. FM is amazing, its ubiquity is superb. The fact that we've managed to do that and we've got our constrained platform into a device that everybody can use is. Like no other industry, like any website would go mental to have that kind of reach. And we also create great content off the back of it. But I think sometimes we get distracted by the content and assume that's the reason we're popular and doing well, be that financially or delivering public value. If we took away those constraints tomorrow, would we still be in that same position? And I think this building thing is a bit like having a service on the car whilst the car is hurtling down the motorway. And this isn't an easy thing to fix. But I'd sooner be doing that than finding the road comes to an end. Also, I think it's about hiring people. It's difficult. A lot of people work in radio because they're really passionate about it, and they get in there in a really cheap way. Hello, probably what I did. It's what I guess most of the people here did. That world's changing. You know, I wanted to join radio because I really like radio, and it's kind of really big and it's exciting, and I want to go and work at that radio station and get there. Do we have that same connection to people at the moment? What about the people who want to work on the best website in the local area? Who want to shoot the best video or do the best social media? How do we restructure ourselves so that we take the skills and we take the connection we have with our audiences and we start to roll that into new platforms? I think it has to be about the people we hire. And if you truly want to be a multi-platform business, then we've got to realize that the structure of that is quite different. You're not going to get a web developer working for 14 grand that you might pay the news team. It's just different. If you want to stick to what you're doing, it's absolutely fine, and there's still going to be massive success in that area. But if we truly want to believe we want to go into new areas, we've got to restructure what we do, and we've really got to think about the people that we hire. And also, I think it's about casting our net wider. The people who can do 9 months of unpaid work experience and then get a 50 quid tech ops shift, hello, or some of the people here today, maybe they're not the best people to have in your business. The people who are maybe passionate and actually need to be paid could be much more valuable and much broader, much more interesting way to broaden what your radio station does. So I think we really have to think about building, and we think about hiring, and restructuring as we go. And also, I really think we have to spread these ideas, some of the ideas that you've seen today. Thank you to Tom for the picture. This counts as attribution. Some of the ideas that you've heard, some of the things that you've seen today, go and tell people about them. Go and say what you heard about. Go and work out what you can put into practice tomorrow at your radio station. And be the other side for when someone's slagging something off. It doesn't have to be your station or your competitor's station or platform or B or community radio or whatever. Every time somebody says a negative thing in the place where you work, what other idea you heard today or have heard whenever, can you push back with? Because I think that's going to be the key to our future success. We are not going to be in a world where there is constrained capacity anymore. You know, I've already seen that from the Last FM speakers, from everyone else. We're not going to be in a world where we can stop the new entrants coming into our market. You know, the content we create is amazing. The music choices that we put into practice beats just about anything else that's out there. We have a unique set of skills, but the way we deliver them, I think, has to change. And we've got to work out how to do that whilst our car is running. So those 5 things, kill, I like kill, build, also hire interesting people that push on our businesses, and also spread these ideas. There's 140 enthusiastic people here who've already given their time and cash to want to buy into that. How do we push that back to our stations and do more interesting things? Thank you.